It's been a few weeks since my first video on the Kalevala Expanse for EVE Echoes, and boy oh boy, has it been a busy few weeks both on and off the channel. But for today's video we return to the Kalevala Expanse and address the vital question of how do we get in and out of the Kalevala Expanse on the international server. After listening to the Echoes of New Eden podcast team earlier in the week, it would seem that there remains a great many people who haven't dropped into the Kalevala Expanse yet, hence today's video. But before I get started, if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm currently pushing for 1,000 subscribers, and I'm looking to host an event or giveaway later in the year when I hit that magical number. The details are still being ironed out, but the sooner we hit that 1,000 subscribers, the sooner we get that event and the sooner I come up with an idea for another milestone event. So, getting into the Kalevala Expanse as we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, this part is fairly easy. We start by getting our hands on one of the Expedition Spatial Rift filaments. These drop in wrecks from Waste Seeker drones in the Cobalt Edge and the Kalevala Expanse, in addition to being found in relic sites, Inquisitor anomalies and Scout anomalies elsewhere outside of those regions. And let's not forget the in-game market, of course. Now, these filaments are all unique. Those with 4 in the name allow for fleets of up to 4 players to jump in as a group, and those with 1 in the name only allow a single player to jump. You'll also notice the small, medium and large text next to the names. This refers to the ship size restrictions. With small we are taking destroyers and below, medium battlecruisers and below, and then of course with large we have battleships and below. Each of the filaments are designed to drop you in a random constellation within the Kalevala region. But don't worry, the content where you arrive will be scaled loosely based on whether you used a small, medium or large filament. Of course, it is a lot more complicated than that, but I'm not trying to drag this video on too much when writing this script. So we have our filament, but before we undock, empty your cargo hold of anything you have other than the filament itself. You cannot take anything into Kalevala with you. Now, create your fleet and invite anyone that is coming along with you into your fleet, assuming that you're using the one with the number 4 in it. The other fleet members do not need a filament, only you, the person activating, needs it. Now undock and form up at an agreed location and come to a stop. Don't have anybody moving when the filament is activated. It only has a range of 10 kilometers, and it can easily be moved out of range of, as I discovered when first using the needlejack filaments in a previous video. When activating the filament, you will also require 75% of your capacitor, so good luck if you're already engaged in combat. Once it's activated, a timer will become visible in the form of a circle over the wormhole or spatial rift that has been created. Upon completion, you and your fleet members that are within range will have successfully jumped into the Kalevala Expanse. Now comes the tricky bit, getting back again. The easiest method, of course, is to just lose your ship and self-destruct your pod back to regular space. But that's obviously not the preferred option. What you really need is the homeward spatial rift filaments. These allow you to return to regular space with your ship intact, with all of that amazing loot you obtained whilst in there. But how do you get them? Well, it's rather simple, although if you're especially unlucky, you can be stuck in there for a while. They drop in Waste Seeker drone wrecks and Waste Seeker Centrum loot crates. Oh, and let's not forget other players' wrecks as well, if they've already found some and you decide to go shooting at them. Now, onto using them. There are 2 variations of this particular filament in the game at this point in time. The first one, which I was personally able to obtain and will have up on the screen at the moment, allows you to return to a random system in regular space. but it has to be activated whilst within 20,000 kilometers of a star, and that takes 2 minutes to create the route back. That's 2 minutes you need to survive being ganked by other players, because of course you're at the star in a PvP region where everybody is hostile. My advice here is not to walk directly to the star itself, but create your own bookmark close by to the star. That is what you'll see me doing in this video. So of course, once you're there, stay within 10 kilometers of the rift, the same as getting into the Kalevala Expanse, and prepare for 75% of your capacity to get sucked away when the timer circle around the rift is complete. Both versions of the homeward filaments currently in the game allow for a single player to return to regular space. The other version can be used around stars, but it is better used in Waste Seeker Centrums themselves, whereby it is said to perform faster if I am to interpret the patch notes correctly. So where does the homeward filament drop you exactly? Well, the destination is random, and as you'll see in my case I was dropped in high sec, but can you be dropped in low sec or null sec? Honestly, I don't really know. I'd love to hear in the comment section below if you find yourself in low or null sec when using the homeward filament, because that would fill a vital information gap for this video. But that about rounds off the video. Thanks everyone for sticking with the channel so far, especially with me experimenting with new types of content over the past couple of weeks. I'm trying to better understand how things work on YouTube, where the almighty algorithm is concerned, and I will be putting out an announcement for this mysterious 1000 subscriber event / giveaway when I've ironed out the details. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and in the meantime, wow, I messed that one up, fly casual in Kalevala. Oh, and I'll throw this one in since it gave me a chuckle.
We're going to close it out. Guess what, Taylor? I didn't make a new outro yet. It's on the plans.
That's okay.
So we're going to cover our officially highlighted sponsored content creators. Go ahead, Taylor.
Oh, shit. Well, they are Jubilees. He's one of them. Asheeved is another one as well. And of course, Damon Zell, who's here with us live tonight. Damon, thanks for being with us as always. Latour Tassadar, Kawari is one of those as well. I'm trying to think of who else here. Who have I forgotten about? Hale. I did mention Hale, Hael. He has a fantastic channel. He's what I would consider to be the new Benzie. Go, and it's actually good stuff. So go watch. And I meant that. I guess that's a bad thing to say. I won't call him new Benzie. That's horrible. That's so bad. But anyway, yeah, go for it. Good stuff over there. Watching him. Go subscribe to all of those guys. Follow them, keep up with them, and then when you come here to talk with us, you'll see where they get all their content.